Hey guys, welcome back to the NoCoast vlog. I'm Dan Fink, and today we're talking about the SkiErg. We've had this at NoCoast for the last week or two, and I just want to give you guys a few pointers so that you're comfortable getting on it and using this for some cash outs or potentially as a modification in some of our workouts. This is great for anybody with a lower body injury, so if you're dealing with something, talk to one of our coaches and we can get you set up on the SkiErg. You'll notice, guys, that this is made by Concept 2. It's the same company that makes our rowers. So some similarities to this machine is the monitor. Okay, it's going to read the same and give you the same feedback. And then the second piece is our flywheel. You'll be able to adjust the damper the same as the rower. The obvious big difference is that we are pulling from the top down. Okay, so this is going to be mainly an anterior chain movement. Okay, as opposed to the rower, which we're pulling from bottom up. We kind of relate it to the deadlift, which is a posterior chain movement. So the SkiErg is actually a nice complement to the rower. We first got on this a week or two ago and going crazy on it. We noticed, the first thing that we noticed was that our stroke rate or our pace was considerably higher than the rower. And that's normal. What I do want to kind of address is, I guess, strokes per minute. Has that same reading on here. On the rower, generally we talk about 25 to 30 strokes per minute. If we're doing a shorter, faster sprint, maybe 30 to 40 strokes per minute. On the SkiErg, if you're doing a sprint, which I'm going to say is a few hundred meters, maybe 100 meters, we can go crazy on it. Okay, you can go 60 plus strokes per minute. Okay. If you're doing something a little bit longer, 500 meters, maybe a little bit more, we want to try to start to pace this a little bit. So 40 to 50 strokes per minute may be ideal. And then if we're going really long, 1,000, 1,500 meters, then we probably want to try to get down to 40 strokes or less. Okay, so pacing this will definitely be key, or else it'll put some hurt on you. All right. We'll talk a little bit about kind of setup and how to use this. The first thing is arms and legs. For the legs, we want feet shoulder width apart. Okay. For the arms, it's important to have a bend in your elbow. Okay, so think 90-degree bend. This allows us to maintain tension through our shoulder and our lats as we close our hip. Okay. We talked about this being an anterior chain movement. Most things we do in here are posterior chain, and we always talk about explosive hip extension. This machine is one of the few things that we do that will require explosive hip flexion, which is very cool. Okay, so in saying that, we still follow the same core to extremity principles as anything else. We want to close the hip first before we use the arms. Okay, and so the I guess order here is going to be a crunch with our abs. Okay, we're going to throw our hips back, and that's going to drop us into about a quarter squat, which is exactly where we want to be. Okay, at the bottom, we do not want our hands going below our knees. Okay, to set this up, we will start hands about head height, get as tall as you can, crunch, hips, arms. Okay, recovering, bring your hands back up. Okay, get as tall as you can, make sure you breathe, and then we're back into the next stroke. All right, I'll give you guys a few strokes and we'll be done.